7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and at the end 7 will be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and at the end 7 will be.
Shalom, little friends. How are you today? In this video, we will present the video for Shavuot number 5, which is titled Obedience Brings Blessing. Did you know that if we obey the Eternal and our parents, then it will bring blessing for us? Great. Now, let's start by greeting the little friends that are in the chat. Shabbat Shalom to the sister Luz Mergil. Shabbat Shalom to Yoel Miranda. Shabbat Shalom to Jackie Luz. Shabbat Shalom to Valentina Lopez, that is in Mexico. Shabbat Shalom to the brother Samuel B. Acevedo. Shabbat Shalom to Shirley Miranda. Shabbat Shalom to Joan and Angie Luz. Shabbat Shalom to the sister Paulina Robles. Shabbat Shalom to Silvia Dominguez Hernandez. Shabbat Shalom to Susana Real and Alberto Lucia. Shabbat Shalom to Mari Morquecho. Shabbat Shalom to Silos Nuevos, that is the brother Antonio. Shabbat Shalom to Enrique Vera. Shabbat Shalom to Amada S. Shabbat Shalom to Jose Antonio Garcia. Shabbat Shalom to Margarita Ledesma. Shabbat Shalom to Carmen Romero. Shabbat Shalom to Loila Barley Ford. Shabbat Shalom to Anthony Garcia. Shabbat Shalom to Mari Velasquez. Shabbat Shalom to Cororina Aguilar. Shabbat Shalom to Garis Alvarez. Shabbat Shalom to Luis Luz. And that's it. Little friends, remember that you can do all the activities and send us your photos and videos at this contact number, +52 33 28 24 91 85. And now let's start with the video. Bye and shalom, and have a blessed day and have a blessed week of number 5.
Shalom, little friends! It gives me a lot of joy to greet you all. We are counting the week number 5 of Shavuot. That is the 5th Shabbat toward Shavuot.
Shalom, Talmidimy of Yeshua. How are you in this week number 5 towards the feast of Shavuot?
Sharon, what have you thought of these weeks of the count, and how much have you learned?
I have learned a lot, Yossi. Everything that you have taught me, week by week, has been very edifying. It helps me to know the Eternal, to understand all the teachings of Yeshua and all his promises. Right, Naeem?
Very good, Sharon. It is very important to understand what Yeshua instructed his Talmidim. Let us remember that when Yeshua was still with them, he gave them instructions on what was going to happen in the following days while waiting to get to week 7.
And how did they receive these instructions? Yossi, can you please teach me?
Of course, Sharon. We find this story in Luke chapter 24, verses 36 to 53, when Yeshua is resurrected and presents himself to his Talmidim. Let's pay attention to the story that the little friends are going to give us. The good news tells us,
In the Good News of Luke, chapter 24, verses 36 to 53, it says, While they were still talking about this, Yeshua himself stood among them and said to them, Shalom be with you. They were startled and frightened, thinking they saw a ghost. He said to them, Why are you troubled? And why do doubts rise in your minds?
Look at my hands and my feet. It is I, myself. Touch me and see. A ghost does not have flesh and bones, as you see I have. When he had said this, he showed them his hands and his feet. And while they still do not believe him because of the joy and amazement he asked them, Do you have anything here to eat? They gave him a piece of broiled fish.
And he took it and ate it in their presence. He said to them, This is what I told you while I was still with you. Everything must be fulfilled that is written about me in the law of Moses, the prophets, and the Psalms.
Then he opened their minds so they could understand the scriptures.
He told them, This is what is written. The Messiah will suffer and rise from the dead on the third day, and repentance for the forgiveness of sins will be preached in his name to all nations, beginning at Jerusalem. You are witnesses of these things.
I am going to send you what my father has promised, but stay in the city until you have been clothed with power from on high.
When he had led them out to the vicinity of Bethany, he lifted up his hands and blessed them. While he was blessing them, he left them and was taken up into heaven. Then they worshipped him and returned to Jerusalem with great joy.
And they stayed continually at the temple praising Elohim.
did you understand, Sharon?
Yes, Yossi. Yeshua went to heaven, but it was important that his Talmidim obeyed by staying in Jerusalem. They, as Israelites, celebrated the Feast of Weeks year after year, but that year would be very special because the promise of years ago would be fulfilled while they obeyed the instructions of the holy convocations in Leviticus 23 and presented their fruits to the Father.
That is right, Sharon. Later on, we are going to see how due to their obedience and perseverance, they received the gifts from the Father. In the same way, if you, Talmidei, obey the Father, then you will also receive special gifts in your lives.
Yossi, gifts? How? Toys or bicycles?
No, sister, these gifts that the Father is going to give us for being obedient are sublime, heavenly.
Ah, I know. I once heard from the pastor wolf that the gifts of the Ruach are love, joy, peace, kindness, gentleness, faith, and patience. Are those right?
Well, those are not all, sister. Remember that religions teach that these are fruits of the Ruach, but in reality, there are many more. Obedience to the word and consecration are the first fruits that we must give in order to have the others. Little friends, as we reach week 5 of the count toward Shavuot, let us continue to obey as Yeshua's Talmidei, those men and women who with their families believed in Yeshua and knew the great promise of the Father was very close to being fulfilled. And although they had to wait 7 weeks, they did not despair or get bored. Rather, they took advantage of the time to study the Torah, sing psalms, and celebrate each Shabbat while counting the 7 rests that the Eternal commanded.
Yes, Yossi, we and our little friends will continue striving to obey and love the Eternal, because whoever loves obeys the Father and His instructions, and His commandments bring us much joy and blessing.
Hasak Hasak Talmidimy of Yeshua.
Celebration total night. Only weeks you will count. Another offer you must bring. Commandment of Adonai. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And at the end 7 will be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And at the end 7 will be. And then the ring when raining. It's a Ruach in my being. It's Shabbat. We will celebrate. The Father dwelling is a dwelling you will be. Obedient you will live. Celebration total night. Only weeks you will count. 7 times you will count. You will do it 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And at the end 7 will be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And at the end 7 will be.
Counting towards Shavuot.
Shabbat 5 full weeks.
Activity Talmidim of Yeshua.
Little friends, this activity must be done with the help of mom and dad. It will take you a long time to complete it. You can take the opportunity to talk about the teaching of the video, color with patience, and have fun. That way, the end result will be very nice. Follow the instructions like the Talmidim. 1. Download the activity and the illustrations of the disciples of Yeshua to print in the links that you will find in the description of this video and in our social media. 2. You will need printed sheets, colors, scissors, glue, cardboard, and 14 popsicle sticks. 3. Color following the sample color. Repeat the names of each Talmidim and count them. They are 12 disciples. 4. Cut out all the disciples that you've colored. Turn the images and make a silhouette of each one on the cardboard or material that you chose. 6. Cut out all the silhouettes. 7. With glue, join the image you colored with its silhouette. This way, they will be more rigid and They will not get mistreated. 8. Stick a stick on the back. You will be able to easily handle them. To learn the names of the disciples, stick their names on the stick. Remember that later we will learn from each one of them, for they were obedient to the instructions of Yeshua. 9. Follow the same procedure with the 2 posts that identify the teaching and the activity. 10. You can save the other images that you've printed out for an upcoming activity, or follow the same procedure and have 2 sets of Talmidim. 11. Color Yeshua with his Talmidim and review their names. 12. Now you have ready the first part of the activity of Talmidim of Yeshua. 13. The second part of this activity, with the help of your parents, read chapter 24 of the Good News of Luke. 14. Make a list of how the disciples were blessed for obeying Yeshua's instruction. 15. And then make another list of how we can be blessed if we obey the instructions of the Messiah. 16. Share with other little friends your activity. The 2 list, it will be a great joy and teaching for us as well. Hasak, hasak, little friends.
Little friends, remember to visit the Cielos Nuevos y Tierra Nueva website in the Niños section, www.cielosnuevosytierranueva.org, and download all the material that is totally free. We also have a WhatsApp and Telegram number, +52 33 28 24 91 85, where you can send us your photos and videos when solving this activity of Talmidim of Yeshua, where we will remember how the disciples were blessed for obeying Yeshua's instructions. Also in Instagram and Facebook, you can find us as @Cielos Nuevos Niños. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, YouTube/Cielos Nuevos Niños, and let us continue learning from the instruction of the Eternal Father.
In the next teaching, heading to Shavuot, week 6, rest 6. After 7 full weeks, day 50 is Shavuot. Little friends, see you in the next teaching in the 6th week on the way to Shavuot. Shalom!